Welcome back to From Nine to Mom.
where we discuss balancing the 9 to 5 hustle with the beautiful chaos that we call motherhood.
In a treat today, we're in person together.
Yes, we are. And we're celebrating 2 years of the podcast.
It's weird because it feels like not that long, but like 2 years is a long time.
Yeah. And when we first started the podcast, I feel like when we started talking about it, there weren't 4 kids involved.
No, it started right after Kelvin was born. When I came back from maternity leave.
It
we
did?
started it.
Okay. So there were 4 kids involved.
Right? Kel's 2.5.
Guys, it's a little confusing. I'm not going to lie to you. We're starting to lose it. But
Infant. He was an infant.
yeah.
Yeah,
And 2 years ago when we started this, and I know we did a recap episode at year 1,
Yeah.
this is going to be a little bit different. But the reality is we didn't know that we were going to be doing this podcast like we do now. It was a trial run for work. It was supposed to just be like a little, give it a go and whatever.
Now we like it.
Yeah, like this is our favorite part of the week. So
so we wanted to take like a quick look back at things. We wanted to talk about our old episodes, give this as like our update of what episodes to listen to when, what were the hot episodes that we recorded, and then also go through like what's to come. What do we want to hear about?
Yeah, and what do you guys want to hear about? We have ideas, but we'll see what you guys think.
All right, so let's do the quick rundown.
Okay,
and remember, because I know a lot of you that listen have either been on the podcast before, and I don't want you to feel offended, but a lot of you were on in the year 1, so your stats don't count, aka Ryan.
Yeah, if you're not mentioned, we're purposely not mentioning Ryan. It's because you were in year 1. We're talking in year 2.
I guess I can give him like the minuscule amount of credit that his episode is still our top downloaded episode.
Unreal.
So if you haven't listened to that one, I guess go listen to it. But yeah, he really wants to record a new one.
We'll let him do it.
I'm like, you can go make your own podcast. Okay, so our top in this last year, calendar year from today going back, is our Let Them Theory recap.
I think this one goes without needing to say a lot because Let Them, we didn't know it at the time that we were reading it, ended up being the book of the year, the decade. I don't know. This is the
most trending book ever.
Yeah, and we got onto it early, which was kind of cool.
Yeah.
And I do think it has changed. I hate to say it like that, but it has changed the way we look at a lot of things, and we still reference it quite a bit.
I've been getting made fun of all year for saying Let Them.
Yeah,
my family and friends. So, and it was a top listened to episode. So I wonder how many of them listened to it more than once.
Yeah, just to get that little bit, like tidbit of information. But I would say, like, if you haven't read the book, Let Them, obviously read it. It was a very good read. Katie and I actually read it together, which is special. And then I also say, like, if you want a quick recap or see how it applies to being a working mom, the episode will be good for that.
It's great. Yeah. So from there, we had a couple other ones that I'll list off. Our Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Month. I don't know if it's a recap or whatever we want to call it, but that episode was last October, and we both talked through our experience with
loss. And then we talked a little bit about stories that we knew or things that we knew. And I'd say since then, like, we have met some really great people that I wish we knew back then to help with, like the Brooksy Box, things like that to help through like infant loss and infertility. That would have been really cool.
Yeah, we have some really cool stuff coming this October to celebrate that awareness month.
Oh, sorry, I dropped a hint. I feel like I was just Arya Stark telling the ending of Game of Thrones. Oops, sorry.
All right, so the next one, which I was surprised by, was when we talked about crunchy, scrunchy, and silky moms, because I still find that people don't know what the hell we're talking about.
They don't. And it's almost like, it's like when we talked about like black SUV, white SUV, type A, type B, type C moms. Like, I think the episode did so well because I think the majority of the world is trying to be somewhere in between. Like, we're all trying to do the best we can, but like we either give in or go all in. I don't know. It's
one or the other. I'm glad a lot of you turned to us to explain that to you.
Yeah, we feel really good about it.
And the next one on there, which is going to be, I think we might both be re-listening to it, but Binky Battles.
And I don't even remember this. Like, this episode did well, and I don't even remember what we talked about.
We talked about, it was when I was getting, Jack did not use his Binky.
What else did we talk about in that episode?
We talked about Colton. We started talking, I think, about the dentist a little bit and how, like, why it's so bad. And people don't use them. So it's, already, of course, everything's controversial, but Yeah, we'll be revisiting that
Yeah,
soon.
because we
with-
both have kids with Pinkies again.
Yeah.
So
Here we
way
are.
to listen to ourselves.
I don't know that I'm going to ever take it away from Calvin. He's going to be my baby forever.
And then once the Pinky's gone, it's devastating because then
Yeah.
they're like not babies anymore.
That and potty training are like the last two things,
Of babyhood.
right?
Yeah.
It's what it feels like. And then another surprising one that made the top list is our Would You Rather episode.
That episode was fun.
It was funny. It was like a little bit of creative outlet for us. We had to like come up with questions to ask each other.
Yeah.
But I think it was good because it's a lot of things that people probably are thinking about, and hopefully got a lot of people to like disassociate from life for a minute. Turn
Yeah,
their
and I
brains
think
off.
like if you are a mom with kids too, Colton, this is Colton's favorite game right now.
Ah,
He wants to play Would You Rather, and it's
Okay.
really fun to see like what they come up with, like a way to like get them thinking and see what's going on in their brain. Sometimes it's a little scary, but yeah, I suggest playing it not just with your friends, but with your kids.
right. So those were our tops from the
Okay.
last year. So I think there was a lot of good ones. Do you have a favorite that we did in the last year?
I feel like I like a lot of the episodes. I
Yes.
loved reading Let Them. Like I really loved it.
I think it like that went to our core. Like
Yeah,
with
like, that
us now.
was-
like I use a lot of the tactics still. And when Mel Robbins comes up on my screen, I stop and
yeah, like
she's in
you
charge.
pause. And I would say then I also, this wasn't one that was listened to a lot, but interviewing my mom was really funny because she
Yeah.
completely roasted me. And then all my friends were listening to it being like, I can't believe she told that story or whatever. I felt like that was like a funny one to get her involved. And then I liked when we talked about, when I'm trying to remember, I liked a lot of them. I don't know. What about you?
I know. I was trying to go through. I remember when we did like our summer bucket list. It's funny now to like put like those things out into the public
Yeah.
because like it's not like we have a ton of random listeners. I know it's a lot of our family and friends, but it's been like interesting to say personal things like that, and people I don't talk to every day have told me they're listening, and like that's how they're keeping up with me.
Yeah, that's the people were using this, and that's like something that also I feel like is funny. And I know I'm skipping ahead a little bit here, but our worst episodes were our weekly recaps, and that's why we stopped
I
doing them.
know.
They didn't do well, but like
Yeah.
for us, those were our catch up sessions and our therapy sessions and our friends. That's how you know. I had friends
Yeah.
text me like, "You haven't done a recap. I have no idea what's going on in your life.
We stopped because you
We're
were the
not
only
that
one
cool.
listening.
You were the only person that listened." Like,
I did just reread. I missed an episode of our top
what one?
ones. Our World Down Syndrome Day.
That's what I was thinking of.
with
Yes.
Julie. That was such a good episode.
It was a great episode. And I think the reason it was so good is Julie is I love seeing moms like rally around like what's going on in their households and becoming advocates. And I think it was such an inspiring episode for any
Yeah.
mom,
Yeah.
but especially as like we're navigating through all of this, like looking at the differences in our kids' superpowers and seeing like the
Yeah.
joy that they bring to the world. Like that's an episode I do want to do. Like just thinking about how we reprogram like and I know the boomer episode was like one of
I
the
know,
least
it was
favorite
the worst-
episodes,
the worst.
but more along the lines of how do we reprogram ourselves and the people around us to look at like
Yeah.
each kid's gifts and uniqueness as like just that,
Yeah.
not,
Yeah.
and how to like
Right.
thrive through difficult situations.
Yeah. And it's definitely something where, as a mom, if you aren't aware of like those types of things that other people are dealing with, it is really eye opening to hear about their journey and how things are going for them, because it just puts a lot of things
And
in
she was so
perspective, and
real.
it gets you to really understand like how her life is different, but how she also makes it the same. Like,
Yes.
like it depends. So there's so many things. I think through the
That was
last
really good.
we had a lot of good ones, but I want to look ahead, and we want to throw out there some of our ideas for this next year,
Yes.
because we did make a few changes. We stopped doing the weekly recaps. We didn't have nearly as many guests this year
No.
as we had before, and I think we're looking to like beef that back up and get some true professionals on.
Yes.
Because we are not professionals and don't have the best advice.
Yeah.
all the
Sometimes
time.
we feel like we're talking about a topic and we're like, oh yeah, don't take our advice because we have no clue.
Yeah.
But so bringing people on, and I know some of the people that we're looking for, I know you have a list there. So
Yeah.
let's.
Yeah. So some of them are serious and some are not. So like the first one, not serious. We're looking for moms that are Disney experts, because we need to dive into the Disney world.
Yeah. And I think there's a lot of different feelings about Disney, right? There's people who are obsessed with Disney. There's people who swear they're never going to go. I think we need to be able to understand it like from a like regardless if you want to go or not
Yeah.
go, you're going to end up going probably because you have kids. So how do you make the most out of
Yeah.
it and
We
really
want-
get the best
We
experience?
want somebody that can help navigate when's the best
Disney
age,
experience.
when all those things. So we won't go give it all away. But we do want you guys, if you know somebody that's an expert in one of these topics, please tag them
Yes,
and
so that we
connect them
can
with
get
us.
them on the show.
We're also looking, and I don't even know if this is going to be allowed, but we would love to get an OBGYN.
We want to talk about pelvic floor. We want to talk about everything
Pelvic
that's down
floor
there,
experts.
post baby periods, perimenopause.
During pregnancy,
We want it all.
of it. So yeah, if there's any OBs out there that are willing to talk to us and give their opinion, we'll have to go through what that looks like. Pelvic floor experts. We're also looking for a dentist.
Yeah, we want to talk about pediatric dentistry
Yes.
because it's a hot mess over
Yes.
here.
Then we're looking also to talk to moms of neurodivergent kids or any mom that their kid's been diagnosed with anything that we'd love to spread more awareness about. And then just moms with unique stories,
Yeah,
whether
like-
it's like a pregnancy story, delivery story, postpartum. Your kids are 12, your kids are graduated.
Yeah, like people who
know?
I know. So I've met people a lot recently who are restarting their families.
Okay.
So like they have older kids and then they're restarting like their
Nuts.
kids. Yeah, it is, but that's happening to people. So like, what do you do? It happened to my mom.
I guess, yeah.
Dave and Joe are 7 years apart, and I just married off my little brother. So I feel
Yeah.
like I married my child.
Okay.
But like that, like what does that look like? So
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of stuff that we want to like look forward to. And I know that when we did the recap last year, we were a lot more like, what's inspirational or what are some of those
Yeah.
things? So like I want to talk a little bit about like what are the most like memorable, not the most memorable episodes, but the most memorable moments in our journey doing this together of the last year. And I know we didn't prep for this at all, so I'm putting you on the
I
spot.
know. In the last year, I think we were really and this has come up a lot in conversations with people asking like where do we foresee the podcast going, and that a lot more people have been asking. I guess that's it, right? Like people that have approached me, I'm like, it looks like it's doing amazing. You guys have a lot of followers. Like, what's next? Like, what do you do? And me and you both have been in the last year, I feel like, where we're like, it is what it is. We're not looking to grow or do any of that, but I think maybe we're starting to get that feeling back of like, how do we get ads on here? How do we get more listeners? Like, and do things like that? Because it's really been for fun, like truly
This is
for
truly
fun
for fun.
for the last year.
But I do think, and that's like one of the moments that I was going to bring up was like when you got to speak on behalf of like From 9 to Mom, like this has been opening doors for us that we didn't know existed. And I feel like just for ourselves, like, and I
Right.
think like the growing confidence in ourselves of like just putting ourselves out there. We talked on an episode, it was actually highly listened to, but we talked a little bit about authenticity recently.
Yeah.
And I think that we talked about it at the last recap too, but every year we get a little bit more authentic to ourselves. When we first started the podcast, I think there was a lot of like, we don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. We don't want to do
We're
this.
worried about people from work hearing us, or
And I feel like now we're just like, whatever. And then I think that we just did a photo shoot, more pictures to come yesterday. And I think we also did one a year ago. Our attitude towards it. The first one we tried to be perfect. We like laid out like
we
all
had
the
like
perfect
professional
outfits.
outfits.
Yes, like we went to 18 different places to take pictures, trying to like make it all perfect. And this time we got together, we had all these outfits, but then we just were like, what are you most comfortable in?
Yes.
Let's wear that. Let's
wear what represents us.
let's be
And
happy
that's it.
and have fun.
Yeah.
And we did.
And we killed it. Yeah.
Yeah. And there were
It's great.
moments, of course, where you're like, oh, I don't like the way my arms looked in this picture, or like that's what you like, or you're like, I didn't like. But then we look back and we're like, but we're not gonna let it ruin this experience,
Right.
because there's gonna be times in our life, and like me reflecting on this next year of podcasting. I turn 40 next year. We've talked about this a lot. Like I'm gonna be 40.
Yeah.
And I'm having a harder time, I think, with it than I thought. I always thought like I was gonna be like, so I'm trying to make it really fun. So I think that we have a lot of fun things to look forward to with my 40 and 40 list that I'm making you be a part of. But I also like just hope that we continue to see like that growth in like ourselves and our
I agree.
confidence.
Yeah. It's good because it's like as we get older, you get more confident because we're more secure in who we are and what we're doing, and our goals become a little clearer, I think. And I
Yeah.
think that's something too this last year. I really know what we were going to be doing last year at this time. I
No.
mean, like as far as that, but like thinking ahead, like career wise, like how do we grow? How do we do more? And we both want that, right? Like we want to know what's next. And I think just we'll keep going in the next year.
Yeah. And I want to make sure that we encircle ourselves with guests on the podcast, or
Yes.
people that we meet, with people who are kind of looking to do We are not the like this is the first time you're listening to us, or maybe you like heard us somewhere else. Like we're not the podcast that's like always inspirational. I'm not gonna lie about it. Sometimes we talk about like tough things. It's not always about business. It's not always about motherhood. It's always about, let's rephrase. It's always
I mean,
about
our
something
lives
about
are centered
motherhood.
around it, right?
But
Basically.
I feel like this year is going to be like, I want it to be like a power year. Like I want to come into like our power,
Yeah.
but also not in like a traditional way. Like I just want to be happy.
Feel confident
Yeah.
in what we're doing. Yeah. And that's why I think we're like, this is the first time we put out and ask for like who we want on the podcast too. I'm going to like put it out on the podcast now so that I have to do it, but we're going to get something on our like website to like have people submit to come on the podcast, and just be more intentional to make sure we're giving you guys episodes that like are meaningful and things you want to listen to if you're listening to us on the way to work or in your ear when you're at work.
Yeah, we want to make sure that we want you guys to keep listening. We want to talk about things that are passionate to us, but like, Katie might want me to talk a little bit less about K-pop.
Danielle's like, putting out a solo episode about K-pop.
I'm going to do a full episode. I'm going to teach, if you guys are interested in K-pop, I will do a whole episode. You know what? You're going to be on it. I'm going to teach you everything you need to know. A, B, but like we just both finished the Summer I Turned Pretty. So we could talk about that for 8 hours in the 54-minute section. Dancing with the Stars is on right now, but we want to make sure like we don't,
it's like relevant
to what you guys want to hear.
Right.
Otherwise we can talk off camera, I guess.
Yeah. You can reach out and talk to Danielle specifically about K-pop.
I don't think anyone here is going to do that. Maybe.
You can start hosting a little series. Like
there's a girl already on TikTok who kills it. Like I'm not going to like take her spot. You know what? If you're listening to this, I'm sending you this episode. She's going to be a guest. She's going to walk us through the K-pop cult.
Do it.
It's going to be weird.
Yeah, I think this next year, I mean, we say this every year. We say it at like New Year's and the whole thing of like, anytime you get to a moment where you can reflect on like a lot or a big chunk of time, you're like a lot of time has passed and you don't like recognize all the things that happened. But yeah, we did have a really pretty good year of the podcast.
We had a big year of the podcast, of life, of accomplishments.
This year we reached 10,000 followers on Instagram.
We still don't have balloons.
I still have not let Danielle.
We threw confettis out.
It was like, but like last year at this time, we maybe had 1,000 followers.
Yeah, that was like a big goal.
A huge jump now, and so there's a lot more of you out there.
Yeah, which is really awesome.
Yeah,
but we want to thank you guys. If you are listening, if you made it this far in the episode, thanks for listening to us for the last 2 years. Talk about all things motherhood. Some days I rock it. Some days it rocks me. Either way, we're rocking. Katie did order this after a night of drinking. She informed me over the weekend.
It's from TikTok.
Well worth the.
If you're watching, if you're listening, I have a cool shirt on.
Very cool shirt about motherhood that she got from the TikTok shop, just like her nugget ice maker. You are a TikTok influence. I am too.
I mean, all of my purchases have been amazing.
Yeah, 0.
And they were all alcohol-induced purchases. So
maybe a winner. Good. Way to be a winner.
Well, short and sweet episode today, but we hope you guys look back on some of the episodes we mentioned. And we're looking forward to a really fun, cool, insightful year.
Cheers to us getting into.
We should have had
we're out of the terrible twos and going on to the.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Well, no, they're just, I feel like we're getting there. We
almost have terrific threes.
Terrific threes. I feel.
Oh no, are we entering?
I feel like it's terrible threes.
We're entering something.
We're gonna hit a lot of milestones this year, and I hope you guys are ready to come along for it.
Yeah, buckle up.
Definitely. And I even forgot to mention we are gonna get a potty training expert on here.
Yeah,
it's coming. Mm-hmm. I feel like really soon for you, probably.
Yeah, by the time I feel like I potty trained Daisy, I'm gonna be in diapers.
Here we are. All right. Well, I think it's time for us to clock out.
And clock back into the 9 to 5.
See you guys next time.
Cheers.